for China. This golden gown is an example of an ancient Chinese court dress with modern art elements. The irregular gold particles on the long skirt spread out from the middle, representing the worldview of the Chinese nation. Although we may be different, it's important to remain united. It never gets old to be covered in gold like China.
Beautiful China. Coming up is Colombia. Represents the protective force and power of indigenous Colombian women. Whoever wears the suits carries them with legacy of an ancient culture where women are...
Marked the 50th anniversary of flight attendant Margaret Abraham's tragic passing. The Dutch Antillean government recently honored her by naming a plaza at the Curaçao International Airport in her name. It's a touching goodbye to the Queen of the Sky, Curaçao.
Czech Republic. Costume represents a modern take on traditional Czech folklore, featuring pleated sleeves and a crown with handmade flowers and glass pearls. The crown's designer is a world-renowned, and her customers include Beyonce and Khloe Kardashian. Everyone's down for a celebrity crown like Czech Republic.
Let's hear it for Denmark. This costume was inspired by the famous fairy tale, The Little Mermaid, by Danish author Hans Christian Andersen. The story followed the journey of a mermaid willing to give up her life in the sea to gain a human soul. Not being a fish was her greatest wish, Denmark.
Let's keep it going for Dominican Republic. This national costume by Axel Thomas is inspired by the famous sunflower, better known on her island as El Girasol. This flower is known in the Constanza Gardens in La Vega, Dominican Republic, and is one of the garden's greatest tourist attractions. The Girasol towers all over flowers for Dominican Republic.
Up next is Ecuador. This traditional attire was inspired by the Festival of the Sun, paying respect to the sun god and land goddess. Made using stamping, laser cutting, and 3D printing, all materials used in this costume came from her country. If you're looking for fun, go celebrate the sun like Ecuador.
Up next, El Salvador. This costume was inspired by El Salvador's national flower, Flor de Izote, and is a reminder to take care of nature. The flower has medicinal value and showcases the richness of El Salvador's people. The special flowers have medicinal powers. El Salvador.
Here comes Finland. This costume represents the development that Finland has gone through within the last century. From a rural society to a global leader, the dress took 8 months to create, including all components and the code for the animated LED. Behold this queen with an LED screen, Finland!
Sure is electric. Up next, we have...
Oh, don't cut this short, Zosie.
Oh,
I like what I'm seeing here.
Okay, let's let it go. Thank you, Finland. Up next, we have France. This look is entirely handmade, made by a young fashion designer from the Normandy region. It was inspired by a French icon, the Marianne, who represents a strong woman. Just like the woman currently walking on stage. She's iconic and strong, like we knew all along. It's France!
Here comes Ghana! The top part of this costume represents the golden stool, and it's an ode to Ghana's illustrious mineral resources. It features over 1,000 golden embellishments and stones. It's pretty cool to walk around with a stool like Ghana.
Beautiful, Ghana. Coming up next, Great Britain. Jeanette is taking the stage as the Pearl Queen of London. Her costume signifies a commitment to charity and is made from 24 meters of fabric and 7,000 recycled buttons. This pearly queen demands to be seen. It's Great Britain.
Zoe, I know you love my fun facts, so I'm going to give you another one right now. The winner of the first ever Best National Costume Award presented in 1962 was Great Britain.
But of strength of life and fertility. This giant cat never falls flat. It's Honduras.
This costume here represents one of Iceland's most breathtaking spectacles, the Northern Lights. The beautiful starry nights most regularly occur in their signature green color during the winter time. On cold winter nights, you'll see incredible lights in Iceland.
Keep it going for India. This costume embodies the true essence of a woman and showcases two elements, the sari and India's national flower, the lotus. The duality symbolizes equality. To always stand tall, wanting equality for all, it's India.
Okay, I like what's happening behind me. Let's make some noise for Indonesia. Native to Indonesia's Lesser Sunda Islands for millions of years, the Komodo dragon is referred to as the last link to prehistoric dinosaurs. This ode to the Komodo reminds us that Indonesia's rich heritage goes back to the prehistoric days. This reptile sure makes us smile. Indonesia.
Up next, we have Ireland. Irish fairies are magical creatures that keep a watchful eye over Ireland's landscape. They bring good luck to those that are kind to them. And just like this contestant, they are powerful and protective. If you're feeling stuck, just go get some luck from Ireland. All right, everyone, we're about halfway through the show and we've seen some of the most incredible costumes.
Absolutely, and we've heard some not so incredible rhymes. But before we continue, I think
Represented in the Italian national flag, when you've got the swing, it's all hope you shall bring. It's Italy.
all right, let's hear it for Jamaica. The Lignum vitae is indigenous to Jamaica and the country's national flower. It's the blossom of a very useful and versatile tree. Its gum was exported to Europe in the early 16th century and used to treat disease. It's pretty awesome to be dressed as this blossom like Jamaica.
Let's give it up for Japan. This costume is called Tokyo Olympic Karate. Japan was supposed to host the Olympics in 2020, but due to the pandemic, it was postponed. Karate was developed in Japan and will debut as an official Olympic sport later this year. The martial arts have captured our hearts thanks to Japan.
Kazakhstan. This traditional Kazakh costume features a dress made of white silk. The vest and camisole are made from red velvet and feature stone embroidery. The feathered red velvet headdress completes the look. This queen chose to wear traditional clothes, Kazakhstan.
Up next, we have Korea. Hanbok literally translates to Korean clothing. This traditional costume exhibits textiles, embroidery, gold patterns, and colors that demonstrate richness and honor, the prosperity of the offspring, good health, and long life. The red color symbolizes love and joy. It's a pleasure to be in clothes so Korean with your Korea.
Kosovo. With its small gold stones, this is a modern take on a traditional Kosovo costume. The white color represents the peace that came after the country's war in 1999. They're done with the fight, so she's dressed in all white, Kosovo.
Let's keep it going for Laos. This contestant's country is rich in culture and ancient arts. This dark red umbrella shows several iconic landmarks from the country, and the four-headed statue is symbolic of a god that protects from the north, the south, the east, and the west. These ancient arts have captured our hearts. It's Laos.
All right, you guys are in for a treat. We've got a big one coming up next. Okay, we're ready for the grand reveal for Malaysia. Named My Village, this look was inspired by traditional houses that dot the landscape in villages and rural areas around Malaysia. Weighing close to 100 pounds, this costume took nearly 3 months to complete. She's in search of a crown and dressed like a town. It's Malaysia! There are 4 more contestants locked in there right now.
That was a treat and a half, and I want that house. Coming up next, we have Malta. The women's headdress and shawl, unique to Malta. Handprints on the skirt were made by visibly impaired patients in her country. Walking tall in a hand-printed shawl, it's Malta.
Costume depicts marine life, as Mauritius is known for its pristine lagoons and unique sea creatures. The children from the Champions Association created this look, along with a headdress that represents the sun. It sure looks fun to be the sea and the sun, like Mauritius.
Up next, we have Mexico. This hand-sewn costume represents a traditional Mexican crown that can be fabricated from cardboard, paper, or wood. As you see here, they're always made with vibrant, quaint, and striking colors. Something feels right about colors so bright. It's Mexico.
Okay, up next, we have Myanmar. Believe it or not, this was not Myanmar's original national costume. That one was actually lost in shipping. So this beautiful replacement identifies the delicate weaving skills of her country's women and their strong spirit. Give it up for her. If your costume's lost in the mail, you still never fail. If you're Myanmar.
Up next, we have Nepal. This ode to mountaineers is a tribute to mountaineers and the fearless Sherpa, guides of Nepal's magnificent Himalayas. Home of the tallest mountain in the world, Mount Everest, Nepal has been a coveted destination for experienced climbers. It's about time for a climb with Nepal.
Coming to the stage next, we have Netherlands. Oh. Hold on. Now we have Netherlands. Due to COVID-19, tourists were unable to visit Netherlands' beautiful country over the past year. So here's a look at what they've been missing. This costume represents a colorful, open-minded country where the foundation is freedom. Please tell us when we can travel again to Netherlands.
Let's keep it going for Nicaragua. This work is a living representation of the joy that is experienced every year when La Gritaria arrives. It's a popular festival that takes place every December 7th and celebrates the Virgin Mary's conception. Every girl and boy will experience this joy in Nicaragua.
Give it up for Norway. This look is inspired by Norwegian nature, culture, and glamour. This contestant designed her own national costume based on how Norway stands out from most other countries and symbolizes the freedom to be who you are. As you can see, it's great to be free, like Norway.
Let's give it up for Panama. Behold this costume representing more than 500 years of legend, culture, and tradition. Panama is the place where the Americas converge, and the founding of Panama City in 1519 is the inspiration behind this design. Panama City is sure looking pretty. Thank you, Panama.
Paraguay. Jasmine is the national flower of Paraguay. Its simple and admired beauty inspired the design of this costume. More than 1,000 pieces of silver and crystals make it shine, and the red crown is the color of the top of the country's flag. The silver pieces are tiny, but it makes her real shiny. Paraguay.
Let's keep it going for Peru. Here we see a tribute to the Peru bicentennial that will be celebrated on July 28th. This costume was inspired by the Andean flamingo or Peruana. The bird's red and white colors are often associated with the Peruvian flag. It's not a drag to be a bird and a flag, like Peru.
Okay, up next, Philippines. This outfit is inspired by the Philippines flag. The blue represents royalty, red stands for the courage and strength of an independent woman, and yellow, the color of the sun and stars, symbolizes hope and freedom to choose whoever you want to be. You'll get far being just who you are, like Philippines.
Up next, we have Poland. This costume is styled to resemble the armor of the victorious